Woke up in this little campsite outside of Trier in Germany, about 2 minutes from the Luxembourg border, and I was absolutely starving. Yesterday, I'd only eaten a bit of bread in the morning and some chocolate bars from a petrol station in the evening, because on the Sundays all the stores are closed. And I failed to prepare again, as seemed to be a recurring pattern on this trip in regards to food. So I went to Lidl and bought a ridiculous amount of food and demolished the lot. And then I set off on the road to Luxembourg. Once I got to Luxembourg, it was pretty clear that this country was absolutely stunning, and there was just vineyards and grape fields and beautiful fruit trees everywhere along the river flowing into Luxembourg, and I pretty much followed it for a long time, and then eventually I found the sign of Welcome to Luxembourg, which was a funny one because I found the big sign first, but it was on an extremely busy road, so I had to pull over in extremely dangerous fashion to get a photo with that sign. And honestly, if you could see a picture of the setup I had to take that picture, you'd be amazed. Propping up camera stands on slabs of concrete and bending things at angles, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then later on down the road, I got into the first little village in Luxembourg and then found a little sign conveniently by the side of the road. So probably should have just waited. Anyway, I then saw this incredible car, again in this first village I was in Luxembourg. And that was a sign to come of how amazing the cars were going to be in this country. These people really love cars. And yeah, I'll just leave you some footage now of heading through some of the countrysides in between the Luxembourg border and the Luxembourg city. So before reaching Luxembourg City, I decided, after a recommendation from my dad actually, to stop by the American War Memorial for World War II on the outskirts of Luxembourg City. And honestly, this place is there's not really much I really want to say about it, because you kind of need to go there. It's humbling, it's upsetting, it's impressive. And it even puts a bit of a lump in my throat even thinking about it now, because I can say for sure I sat on a bench there and just cried for about a minute. It was very impactful, and as I say, you need to go there to experience it. It's beautiful and soul destroying at the same time. I think everyone should go there at least once. It's pretty amazing, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So I arrived sort of early afternoon in Luxembourg at the campsite, and this is where the first story begins. So I walk into the hut where you check in, and very quickly I established that she could not speak much English, and I certainly could not speak much French. And she very quickly established that I was from England, and when I gave her my passport, that was cemented, and she really didn't like that, because this was during the peak of COVID, and for some reason she had in her head that everybody from the UK had COVID, and I was trying to explain to her in broken French and slowed down English that I had cycled from England. I said, there's no way I got COVID. I said, I've cycled all this way, and she just wasn't having it. And she actually got out some spray, bleach, like disinfectant, and started squirting all my passport, all the pages with disinfectant spray, and then wiping all the pages down. And I was saying, whoa, I said, excuse me, I was worried she was going to damage my passport with what she was doing. And anyway, she wasn't having any of that, and she said, keep back. Yeah, she was very upset. So we got off on the wrong foot. Anyway, I enjoyed the rest of the day, as you saw from the pictures before. Went and had a bit of a wander around Luxembourg, really enjoyed it. The only disappointment was, and you'll see this in the day 2 pictures, is I really wanted to go to, in Luxembourg, the Modern Art Museum, but sadly it was closed. And the weird thing is, I was there on, I think it was a Tuesday, and Tuesday is the only day of the week that they close the museum. I mean, what the hell's that about? Surely close it on a Monday, not Tuesday. So yeah, when I went back the next day, it was closed. But I did have some really nice milk and chicken from an Auchan in the town centre. So that was great. And then around 2 p.m. on the second day is when I set off for the next chapter of the adventure in Metz, France. Cycling along this, what feels like for fucking ever. And there's the sky, not a cloud in sight, 27 degrees. Woo! The landscape, the nature and wildlife of Metz is so unusual. I feel like I'm cycling through like Louisiana. Like it's all these like small marshy swamps and like this like thick brush. I need to pay attention to the road because this road's past to be broken, but yeah, this is so strange. And it's been like 27 degrees for the last like 2 hours of cycling. But at least this area is a little bit shaded. But yeah, close to Metz now, well, the campsite in Metz anyway, so about 30 minutes I'd say. And I don't even know if there's even bookings available because when I rang the number, they did not understand a word of fucking English. So yeah, let's get to the campsite. Metz is decent. Like, I fucking wish I'd worn my like nice top that I bought in Luxembourg, because I thought I was just gonna set out into like some like rough working class town to watch football. And sorry, there's a bit of bike shenanigans going on there. But yeah, I ended up realising it's actually a really swanky, cool little town, and there's loads of people like sitting in windows, like smoking. For some reason, that's cool to me. And yeah, there's all sorts of shit popping off. People like rocking up to a bar back there on a boat. They just rocked up on a boat to a bar. So yeah, I'm just venturing into town to try to watch the England game. Yeah, so overall Metz was one of the most amazing cities I've been to. Really unexpected as well. Like, it was just, I thought it would be a really shitty place. It turns out it's like a very cool Amsterdam-esque type place. And yeah, it's really like upmarket and trendy. And yeah, England was playing in the Euros at the time, so I had a couple of beers in a pub and watched England play. So yeah, it was really great. It was really great, the overall thing. And I'll show you a couple of pictures of some of the sights during the evening.